Have you ever truly paused to consider the immense, often dormant power residing within your very being? A power capable of not merely influencing, but dictating the course of your life? A profound, intrinsic mechanism exists, far more sophisticated than any human-made device waiting for your command. This isn't a mystical fantasy, nor a fleeting hope. This is a scientific fact of the human mind, meticulously observed and codified, revealing how thoughts translate into reality, how fervent desires etch themselves into the fabric of existence. What if I told you that the chasm between your most ambitious dreams and their tangible manifestation is not an insurmountable void, but a bridge you are inherently equipped to build, brick by carefully chosen brick? Many speak of aspiration, of wanting more, of envisioning success. They speak of positive thinking, a gentle nod to a powerful truth, yet often fail to grasp the active, rigorous discipline demanded by the universe for true accomplishment. Napoleon Hill, a man who dedicated his life to uncovering the secrets of success from the world's most prosperous individuals, did not merely suggest a philosophy. He uncovered a science. He revealed the very principles that transform a burning desire into concrete achievement, turning abstract dreams into solid ground beneath your feet. The fundamental key, the master switch, the direct conduit between your conscious intention and your subconscious mind's boundless capacity, is autosuggestion. It is not a passive wish, but an active, intelligent command. Think for a moment. How often do your thoughts drift, unfocused, unguided? How frequently do fears or doubts, unbidden, take root in your mind, shaping your perception, limiting your actions? If your conscious mind, with all its logic and reason, can wander, imagine the undirected energy of your subconscious, a fertile ground absorbing every seed planted, whether by design or by default. Without deliberate cultivation, what kind of harvest can you expect? The answer, as Hill so clearly articulated, lies not in hoping for a better harvest, but in understanding the exact methods of planting the right seeds with the right intention in that immensely powerful soil. Autosuggestion, in this context, becomes your supreme gardener, your master engineer of the inner landscape. This isn't about mere optimism. Optimism is a pleasant state, but it lacks the directive force necessary to compel the subconscious to action. Autosuggestion, as we shall explore, is far more. It is the only channel through which your conscious mind can directly communicate instructions, imbued with emotion and conviction, to your subconscious. It is the messenger, the diplomat, the commander that bridges the two realms of your mental being, ensuring they operate in harmonious pursuit of a singular, defined objective. Without this direct communication, your conscious desires remain just that, desires, floating aimlessly, never quite grounding themselves in the fertile fields of possibility. The promise here is profound: to cease being a victim of circumstance, to stop being a passive recipient of whatever life decides to hand you, and instead to become the deliberate architect of your own experience. To master autosuggestion is to reclaim dominion over your internal narrative, to systematically dismantle limiting beliefs, and to implant, with unwavering faith, the exact blueprints for the life you envision. It is to understand that the external world is but a reflection, an echo of the inner world you cultivate. When you change the message you send to your subconscious, you inevitably alter the reality it constructs for you. Prepare yourself. We will delve beyond the superficial interpretations that dilute Hill's monumental findings. This is an invitation to engage with a profound truth, a call to intellectual rigor and disciplined application. This exploration is designed not merely to inform you, but to transform you, to equip you with the precise tools to harness this innate power. You will discover how to articulate your burning desires with such clarity, infuse them with such potent emotion, and repeat them with such unwavering persistence that your subconscious mind has no choice but to accept them as directives for action, propelling you towards their realization. Your journey towards absolute mental mastery and the unequivocal realization of your most cherished dreams begins now. This is your opportunity to understand not just what success is, but how it is systematically created, from the inside out. You have glimpsed the door to an extraordinary power, a fundamental truth of human achievement. Now, let us move beyond the threshold, deeper into the very essence of autosuggestion, stripping away the layers of misconception that often dilute its profound significance. Understand this. Autosuggestion, as revealed through decades of relentless inquiry into the lives of the most successful individuals, is not the passive, often superficial notion of mere positive thinking. It is a disciplined, active, and intensely personal act of programming your own subconscious mind. To simply wish for something, to merely hope, or to utter positive affirmations without conviction is akin to whispering a command to a sleeping giant. It is precisely because the giants of industry and innovation understood this distinction that their thoughts transformed into empires, while others remained fleeting wishes. Consider the human mind not as a single entity, but as a dynamic interplay between two distinct yet interconnected realms, the conscious and the subconscious. Your conscious mind is the gatekeeper, the reasoner, the planner, the one that processes sensory input and forms immediate decisions. It is the captain navigating the ship. But beneath the surface, unseen yet infinitely powerful, lies the subconscious, the engine room, the memory bank, the master of habits, the repository of all beliefs, fears, and aspirations. This vast, silent force operates tirelessly, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, executing the instructions it receives. The critical insight, the often overlooked truth, is that autosuggestion serves as the only direct channel through which your conscious thoughts, imbued with genuine emotion and definite purpose, can effectively communicate and implant instructions into this colossal subconscious power. It is the language your inner giant understands best, a clear emotional command, not a hesitant suggestion. This vital connection, this bridge between your conscious directives and your subconscious machinery, explains why so many attempts at self-improvement or goal-setting fall short. Without the deliberate application of autosuggestion, the subconscious is left to its own devices, drawing conclusions and forming beliefs from a chaotic mix of external stimuli, past experiences, and often, the negative suggestions absorbed from your environment. Your fears, your doubts, your perceived limitations, these are all, in a very real sense, products of autosuggestion, albeit an unconscious and often negative form of it. Therefore, to master your destiny, you must first master this internal communication. You must consciously choose the seeds you plant, rather than allowing the winds of circumstance to scatter whatever they may. Let us be unequivocal. Autosuggestion is a powerful tool, but it is precisely that, a tool. It is not a stand-alone magic wand that, once waved, instantly grants wishes without effort or direction. Its efficacy is entirely dependent upon the context within which it is applied, and the quality of the raw material it is given to process. Napoleon Hill made this abundantly clear. Autosuggestion serves a definite chief aim, a burning desire so intense that it consumes all lesser impulses. It is the engine that drives the vehicle of your ambition, but you must first decide where that vehicle is going. Without a meticulously defined objective, your efforts at autosuggestion become aimless, like a powerful current without a channel, dissipating its energy rather than concentrating it. The clearer your desire, the more potent your autosuggestion becomes. Furthermore, this potent tool is fueled by another indispensable element: faith. Not blind faith, but a deep, unwavering conviction that your definite chief aim will be realized, and that the means for its realization are already within reach or will be revealed. Without this fundamental belief, your autosuggestion lacks the emotional intensity necessary to penetrate the subconscious. The subconscious mind does not respond to uncertainty, it responds to conviction. It interprets hesitation as a lack of serious intent, and thus, it fails to engage its full power. Your belief, therefore, acts as the catalyst, transforming mere words into powerful, resonant vibrations that your subconscious cannot ignore. It is the spark that ignites the engine of your inner power, setting it into motion towards your envisioned reality. Consider your subconscious mind as a vast, incredibly fertile garden. It is entirely indiscriminate about what it grows. Whatever seeds are planted, diligently watered with emotion and nurtured with consistent thought, will inevitably blossom and bear fruit. If you neglect this garden, if you allow weeds of doubt, fear, and negativity to take root through unconscious or negative autosuggestion, then that is precisely the harvest you will reap. Autosuggestion, in its true Hillian form, is the conscious act of selecting the most potent, most life-affirming seeds, your definite chief aims, and planting them with deliberate intention, fertilizing them with unwavering faith, and irrigating them daily with emotionalized repetition. It is the highest form of conscious gardening, ensuring that your inner landscape produces an abundance aligned with your most profound desires, rather than a wilderness of unfulfilled potential. Having grasped the fundamental nature of autosuggestion, having understood that it is not a mere whisper of hope, but a deliberate, powerful command to the inner giant, we now arrive at the critical juncture, the engineering of your subconscious. This is where theory transforms into application, where the vague concept becomes a precise blueprint for mental construction. For autosuggestion to exert its full, transformative power, it must be activated through specific interconnected pillars, 4 fundamental forces that, when combined, create an irresistible momentum towards your definite chief aim. This is not guesswork. It is a meticulously observed process, a manual for harnessing the very laws that govern human achievement. The first and perhaps most paramount of these pillars is the definite chief aim, manifested as a burning desire so consuming it becomes your unyielding project. Do not mistake this for a fleeting wish, a vague aspiration for more wealth, more happiness, or more success. Such nebulous desires, however well-intentioned, are like trying to build a skyscraper without architectural plans. They lack the specific gravity to penetrate the subconscious. Your definite chief aim must be articulated with surgical precision. What exactly do you seek? What is its precise nature, its exact quantity, its specific date of attainment? Write it down. Crystallize it on paper, for the act of writing forces clarity. This is your mental blueprint, the detailed specification for the subconscious architect. It must be so vivid, so clearly defined, that you can see it, touch it, feel it, as if it were already a present reality. Without this definite aim, autosuggestion becomes a rudderless ship, drifting aimlessly in the vast ocean of potential, expending energy without direction. Your subconscious requires a detailed mandate, a clear set of instructions to begin its tireless work. Do you truly know what you want, or are you merely wishing? The difference is the chasm between success and perpetual struggle. Secondly, you must understand that the subconscious mind does not merely respond to words. It responds with far greater intensity to emotion as an added fuel. This is the vital component that transforms a sterile declaration into a living, breathing command. Your subconscious is not a logical entity. It is a feeling entity. Cold, intellectual repetition of your definite aim, devoid of genuine emotion, will yield only meager results. It is like trying to ignite a fire with dry tinder but no spark. The spark, the accelerant, is the emotion you infuse into your autosuggestive statements. How does it feel to already possess that desired outcome? What sensations, what joys, what sense of accomplishment does it evoke within you? You must learn to summon these feelings, to live them in advance, to immerse your entire being in the emotional equivalent of your desired future. Visualize your definite aim with such vivid detail that your entire emotional system vibrates with its attainment. See the faces of those you impact, hear the sounds of your success, feel the texture of your achievement. This emotional charge is the potent fuel that propels your autosuggestion deep into the fertile soil of your subconscious, ensuring it takes root and grows. Without this emotional alchemy, your most eloquent statements remain inert, lacking the power to move the formidable force of your inner mind. The third pillar is unwavering faith as the engine of conviction. This is not a naive belief in the impossible, but a cultivated state of mind, an absolute conviction that your definite chief aim will be realized. Faith, in the context of autosuggestion, is the conscious removal of doubt. It is the steady hand that guides the emotional fuel to the engine of your subconscious. When you plant a seed in the ground, you do not immediately dig it up to check if it is growing. You have faith in the natural processes of growth. Similarly, when you plant your definite aim, infused with emotion, into your subconscious, you must maintain an absolute conviction in its eventual manifestation. This often requires acting as if the desired outcome is already yours. How would you walk, talk, and think if your goal were already achieved? Embody that reality. This active, conscious cultivation of faith neutralizes the insidious effects of fear and doubt, those saboteurs of the subconscious. Doubt is the enemy of all constructive thought, the corrosive acid that dissolves the strongest intentions. Faith, on the other hand, is the unwavering bedrock upon which all great achievements are built. It is the absolute certainty that gives your autosuggestive commands their irresistible power, silencing the internal skepticism that otherwise undermines your efforts. Finally, we come to hypnotic rhythm and unbreakable persistence. The subconscious mind responds to rhythm and repetition. It absorbs and acts upon impressions that are presented to it frequently and consistently, especially when charged with emotion and conviction. This is the principle behind the hypnotic rhythm of autosuggestion. It is not enough to declare your definite aim once or even a few times. You must repeat it, day after day, morning and night, with unwavering determination, until it becomes so deeply ingrained in your subconscious that it transforms into an automatic habit of thought. This persistence is not merely stubbornness, it is a systematic imprinting process. Each repetition is a hammer blow, driving the nail of your definite aim deeper into the mental timber, until it becomes an inseparable part of your mental architecture. Initial repetitions may feel forced, your conscious mind may resist, but persistence overcomes all inertia. It builds momentum, transforming conscious effort into an unconscious drive. This relentless, rhythmic repetition, coupled with your emotional intensity and unwavering faith, creates an irresistible current that sweeps away all obstacles, compelling your subconscious to seek out and create the necessary pathways for your objective's manifestation. This is how desires become destiny. You now understand the formidable architecture of autosuggestion, the precise blueprint of a definite chief aim, the vibrant fuel of emotion, the unshakable foundation of faith, and the relentless hammer of persistence. But understanding alone, like possessing the manual to a complex machine, is insufficient without engagement. It is time to translate this profound knowledge into daily action, to establish a sacred regimen, a quantum ritual that systematically engages these pillars and transforms your subconscious into an indefatigable ally. This is your personal plan of battle, meticulously designed to bypass the conscious mind's critical gatekeepers and implant your commands directly into the fertile ground of your inner power. This is where you cease merely thinking about success and begin engineering it. The first step in this daily ritual, a practice Hill emphasized with unwavering conviction, is the declaration of your master plan, morning and night. This is not a casual affirmation muttered under your breath. This is a deliberate, focused interaction with your definite chief aim, executed at times when your mind is most receptive. Just after waking, before the conscious mind fully asserts its dominance, and just before sleep, when the gates to the subconscious are naturally ajar. Create a written declaration of your definite chief aim, detailing it with absolute precision, the exact amount of money you intend to acquire, the specific service you intend to render, the precise date by which you expect to possess it. Read this declaration aloud, with a voice vibrating with conviction, twice daily. But here is the critical distinction. Do not merely read the words, feel them. Immerse yourself in the emotional reality of their attainment. Let the words resonate through every fiber of your being, as if the reality they describe is already manifest. Your conscious mind may initially resist, offering cynical counter-arguments. Ignore them. Your task is to communicate directly with the subconscious, and emotion is its native tongue. This sustained, emotionalized declaration acts as a beacon, continuously signaling your ultimate purpose to the depths of your inner self, priming it for action. Secondly, you must construct and regularly visit your mental sanctuary of visualization. This is not a fanciful daydream, but a purposeful, multisensory immersion into your desired future. Close your eyes. Retreat into the sacred space of your mind. See yourself vividly, clearly, in full possession of the money, the position, the relationship, the achievement you seek. Engage all your senses. What does it look like? What sounds accompany this success? What are the sensations, the textures, the smells of your realized ambition? Crucially, what are the emotions, the joy, the gratitude, the profound satisfaction that flood your being as you experience this outcome? Hold this image, this sensory and emotional experience for several minutes. Do not merely observe it. Participate in it. Live within this visualization as if it were your present reality. This consistent mental rehearsal imprints a powerful, vibrant blueprint onto your subconscious, which, unable to distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one, begins to work tirelessly to bridge the gap between the two. Your mental sanctuary becomes a workshop where the future is forged. The third, often overlooked aspect of this ritual is the deliberate conversation with your subconscious. It is not enough to repeat. You must command. Think of your subconscious as an infinitely powerful servant, loyal and capable, but awaiting clear, unequivocal instructions. Speak to it. Affirm to it that your definite chief aim is now its primary directive. Declare that it will guide you, inspire you, and reveal to you the necessary steps, the required knowledge, the opportune moments, and the perfect individuals to aid in your quest. This conversation is an act of trust, a profound declaration of reliance on your inner wisdom. By consciously engaging in this dialogue, you are not merely issuing orders. You are instigating a powerful internal collaboration. Your subconscious, now fully briefed and emotionally engaged, will begin to work through you, influencing your intuitions, guiding your decisions, and opening your eyes to opportunities that were previously invisible. It instigates the process of inspired action, where ideas and solutions seem to flow effortlessly from within, guiding you towards your goals. Finally, a subtle yet profoundly significant benefit emerges from consistent, disciplined autosuggestion, the awakening of your sixth sense, a touch of advanced Hillian insight. As you diligently practice these rituals, maintaining your definite chief aim, fueled by emotion and faith and driven by persistence, you begin to tap into a higher faculty of your mind. This is not some mystical power, but a refined sensitivity, an intuitive knowing that transcends logical reasoning. Your subconscious, now deeply imbued with your purpose, begins to draw upon what Hill termed the infinite intelligence. You will find yourself receiving sudden flashes of insight, brilliant ideas, intuitive promptings, and unexpected opportunities that seem to appear out of thin air. These are the subtle nudges, the silent guidance from your awakened sixth sense, directing you towards the most efficient and effective paths to your goals. This is your reward for mastery, the ability to perceive connections, anticipate events, and make decisions with an almost uncanny accuracy, as if you are being guided by an unseen hand towards your inevitable success. This quantum ritual is not just about goal attainment. It is about evolving your consciousness to a higher plane of understanding and operation. You have now been armed with the fundamental tools, the very mechanisms by which you can engineer your inner world and, by extension, your outer reality. The path to achievement, however, is not without its hidden snares, its insidious detractors. To wield such power effectively, one must not only understand its activation, but also recognize and neutralize the forces that seek to diminish it, while simultaneously amplifying its inherent strength. This is the art of strategic mental warfare, where awareness is your greatest shield and consistent application, your most potent weapon. The first, and perhaps most treacherous of these snares, is negative autosuggestion. This is the subtle, often unconscious process by which you implant destructive beliefs into your own mind. It is the insidious whispering of doubt, the paralyzing grip of fear, the corrosive acid of indecision. These are not external attacks. They are internal betrayals, self-imposed limitations that you, often unwittingly, allow to take root. Every moment you dwell on past failures, every instance you concede to fear of the unknown, every time you allow the discouraging words of others to echo within your conscious thought without challenge, you are engaging in a powerful, albeit destructive, form of autosuggestion. Your subconscious, ever obedient, registers these negative commands with the same diligence it would a positive one. It does not differentiate between what you desire and what you fear. It simply acts upon the dominant thought, especially when that thought is charged with emotion. How many aspirations have withered not from external opposition, but from the internal monologue of, "I can't," "It's too hard," or "I'm not good enough"? To neutralize this enemy, you must first recognize it. You must consciously guard the gates of your mind, identifying these negative intruders and, with deliberate intent, replacing them with affirmations of your definite chief aim, infused with unwavering faith. Your mind, like a field, can only yield one crop at a time. Choose the harvest you wish to reap and systematically remove the weeds of negativity. This requires vigilance, a constant self-interrogation. Is this thought serving my definite chief aim or hindering it? Another significant pitfall is the passivity of waiting. Autosuggestion, in its truest form, is a preparation, a priming of the mental pump, not a substitute for action. There are those who, having heard of the power of the mind, fall into the error of believing that simply wishing, even with emotion and faith, will magically manifest their desires without personal effort. This is a profound misunderstanding, a distortion of the very principles of success. Napoleon Hill unequivocally stated that autosuggestion prepares the mind to recognize opportunities, to inspire decisive action, and to magnetize the means for its achievement, but it does not absolve you of the responsibility to act. Faith without works is, as it has always been, dead. Your subconscious, once programmed with your definite chief aim, will tirelessly work to present ideas, to open doors, to guide you towards the necessary individuals or resources. But it is your conscious responsibility to seize these opportunities, to formulate concrete plans, and to execute them with unwavering persistence. To receive inspiration and then to remain inert, waiting for the universe to deliver your dreams to your doorstep, is to sabotage the very power you have diligently cultivated. Autosuggestion aligns your inner world. Decisive, organized action manifests your outer reality. They are two halves of an indivisible whole. Never mistake mental preparation for physical completion. The bridge between thought and reality is action. Having understood these critical pitfalls, let us now turn our attention to the powerful amplifiers that can accelerate and magnify the effectiveness of your autosuggestive practices. The first of these is your environment and the company you keep. Your mind is not an isolated fortress. It is a permeable entity, constantly absorbing the thoughts, feelings, and vibrations of its surroundings. To immerse yourself in an atmosphere of pessimism, doubt, and negativity is to constantly battle an uphill current, draining your mental energy and undermining your most fervent autosuggestions. Conversely, to deliberately cultivate an environment of positivity, aspiration, and shared purpose is to harness an external force that propels you forward. This is the essence of the mastermind principle, even if applied in spirit rather than a formal group. Surround yourself with individuals whose minds are aligned with growth, ambition, and unwavering faith. Read books that uplift, listen to teachings that inspire, and consume content that reinforces your definite chief aim. These external influences act as powerful echoes reinforcing the autosuggestive commands you are implanting within your subconscious. Guard your mental diet with the same diligence you guard your physical health. The opinions of others, especially those who have not achieved what you aspire to, can be a subtle but potent form of negative autosuggestion if left unchallenged. Choose your mental atmosphere as carefully as you choose the air you breathe. Finally, and perhaps most fundamentally, the ultimate amplifier of autosuggestion is its transformation into an unbreakable habit. Autosuggestion is not a one-time event, a magical incantation uttered in isolation. It is a daily discipline, a persistent rhythmic exercise that must be maintained until it transcends conscious effort and becomes an automatic mode of being. The power of habit, once established, is an unstoppable force. When the practice of declaring your definite chief aim, visualizing its attainment, and affirming your faith becomes as natural and ingrained as breathing, then you have truly mastered the art. At this stage, your subconscious mind, having been consistently fed the same potent instructions, begins to operate on an entirely new level. It no longer requires conscious effort to direct. It automatically seeks and attracts the circumstances, people, and ideas necessary for your success. Resistance diminishes, doubts fade, and your inner world becomes a powerful magnet, drawing your desires towards you with effortless precision. This is the ultimate objective, to integrate autosuggestion so deeply into your mental architecture that it becomes your unconscious operating system, continuously working for you, even when your conscious mind is engaged elsewhere. Persistence, therefore, is not merely a virtue. It is the essential catalyst that transforms a disciplined practice into an automatic, life-altering habit. This is how you transcend mere thinking and enter the realm of effortless creation. We have journeyed together through the intricate pathways of the mind, from the initial spark of an audacious idea to the structured discipline of its cultivation. You have now witnessed the blueprints, understood the formidable machinery of your own consciousness, and recognized the strategic pillars upon which true achievement rests. This is not knowledge to be admired from a distance, but power to be seized and applied. Let us now, with the clarity of purpose that is the hallmark of every great mind, consolidate these truths, forging them into a definitive call to action that will irrevocably alter the trajectory of your existence. Recall the central revelation. Autosuggestion, in its purest form, is the irresistible command you issue to your subconscious mind, transforming vague desires into concrete plans and fleeting hopes into unwavering convictions. It is the direct link, the supreme messenger between your conscious aims and the boundless creative energy of your inner world. We have seen how this profound process demands a definite chief aim, articulated with such precision that it leaves no room for ambiguity, serving as the architectural design for your mental construction. This aim, however, remains inert without the emotional charge that breathes life into it, turning a mere thought into a vibrant, compelling force that your subconscious cannot ignore. And underlying all of this, the very foundation of your success, is unwavering faith, not a blind hope, but a profound conviction that your desired outcome is not only possible but inevitable, a faith cultivated through persistent belief and action. Finally, we emphasized the rhythmic persistence, the systematic repetition that carves your definite aim into the very fabric of your subconscious, transforming conscious effort into an automatic, undeniable drive. You have learned to construct your daily ritual, to engage in the deliberate act of declaring your master plan, morning and night, not as a rote exercise but as an emotional immersion into your future reality. You have envisioned building your mental sanctuary, a sacred space where you experience the triumph of your goals with every fiber of your being, engaging all your senses in a vivid, present-tense realization. You now understand the power of a direct, purposeful conversation with your subconscious, instigating an internal collaboration that guides your intuitions and unveils unseen opportunities. And through this consistent application, you realize the potential to awaken your sixth sense, that advanced faculty of perception, intuition, and inspiration that draws upon the infinite intelligence, guiding you with an almost preternatural precision toward your destined path. Furthermore, we meticulously dissected the insidious pitfalls that threaten to derail even the most determined individual. The constant vigilance against negative autosuggestion, the self-imposed limits and fears that, if unchecked, can become your internal saboteurs. The crucial understanding that passivity is poison, that autosuggestion is a catalyst for action, a preparer of the mind, never a substitute for the deliberate, organized effort required to manifest your dreams. And, conversely, we illuminated the powerful amplifiers that accelerate your progress, the strategic cultivation of an environment and associations that uplift and inspire, acting as powerful echoes reinforcing your inner commands. Above all, the ultimate amplification comes from transforming this discipline into an unbreakable habit, an unconscious mode of operation where your subconscious continuously works on your behalf, effortlessly attracting the means and circumstances for your success. Now, the moment of decision arrives. Will this knowledge remain a fascinating theory, another piece of information absorbed and then discarded, or will it become the fulcrum upon which your life pivots towards mastery? The power has been revealed, the method clearly outlined. The only remaining variable is you. I challenge you, therefore, not merely to ponder these truths, but to act upon them. For the next 7 days, or, for a truly transformative experience, for the next 21 days, commit yourself wholeheartedly to this quantum ritual. Every morning and every night, engage with your definite chief aim. Declare it aloud, with emotion. Visualize it with every fiber of your being. Converse with your subconscious, giving it clear, unwavering commands. Guard your mind against negative autosuggestion. Seek out environments and individuals that reinforce your purpose. Make this the singular, unwavering focus of your mental energy. Observe what shifts. Notice the subtle changes in your perspective, the emerging clarity in your thoughts, the seemingly coincidental opportunities that begin to appear. This is not magic. This is the demonstrable consequence of a mind brought into alignment with its highest purpose, a subconscious systematically programmed for success. The question is no longer if it works, but will you work it? This is just the beginning of your journey into the vast, interconnected principles that govern all success. The autosuggestion, though immensely powerful, is a single jewel in a crown of wisdom. There are further depths to explore, more insights to uncover about the law of attraction, the master mind, specialized knowledge, and the organized planning of your actions. But for now, your most immediate and profound task is to take this foundational step. Therefore, I ask you, what is your definite chief aim, that burning desire you intend to cultivate with autosuggestion? Share it, commit to it, for the very act of articulation is the first step in its manifestation. Leave your commitment below and join a community of individuals who are actively engineering their destinies. If this profound exploration has ignited a spark within you, if it has offered a glimpse into the untapped power you possess, then honor that insight. Engage with this content. Share it with those you believe are ready to claim their own mental mastery. Subscribe to continue this journey of profound self-discovery and unparalleled achievement. The future you desire is not merely a possibility, it is a certainty, once you learn to command your own mind.